Hi, I'm Balaka. I'm the teacher of economics. So today we will discuss regarding economics. My channel is totally basically it's based on economic topics. Okay, so people from students from MBA stream, students from honors stream, students from graduate stream who is having economics as their past subject, and also students from MBA who are very much afraid of economics basically. So I will be taking classes regularly online on YouTube channel to teach you economics. Okay, economics basically all the people who are from MBA background, or you may say has taken economics as their honors, or doing economics in their past subjects, or in case of 11 12, each and everyone, whenever I saw anybody without honors stream, especially I saw students from MBA stream who are basically afraid of economics. This is a very frightened subject, which makes us afraid. Okay, afraid of that particular subject. So I, as a teacher, I will always encourage you to take economics and don't get afraid. Economics is a magic. It's a logic basically. Okay, so as part this, I have made the channel's name as economics is a logic and magic. Okay, it's basically a magic. Okay, if you can understand it, it is very very easy to you, and if you cannot understand it, it's a kya. Economics is a, you may say, it's not a magic, it's a case of getting afraid of that particular subject. Okay, so economics basically is logic or magic. Fine, so let's start today. Today is my first session, and I think that and I will advise all the people who will be watching this video. Basically, I will say them that if you need any other, first I will start with microeconomics today, and what is economics basically is I will give a lecture session to you. And if you prefer, if you are preferring any other students who are preferring any other say who are preferring the another chapter of macroeconomics, from another chapter of macroeconomics, or from quantitative methods, or any other thing in case of economics, you can write down in the comment box that madam, I need this topic, then I will discuss as per the votes. I will discuss that topic first. Okay, but today we will be starting our session with what economics is. Basically, what is economics? Economics is a study of activities involved in production. So first we will deal with production. We are basically always we are getting this term in our everyday life, production, and due to this corona effect, production has fall, all these things. You are confident that you have heard this word production. You may be from economic stream, you may be from without economic stream, you may be from other stream. Okay, but we are basically habituated with the word production. Fine, so economics is the study of production. Production means the production of different commodities which are available in the market. Economics is basically related with the study of production. Production means any commodities in our day-to-day life. You may say this as a production. Okay, any commodities, it may be shoe, it may be garments, it may be cosmetics, it may be rice, it may be paddy, it may be wheat. Okay, anything in our day-to-day life is the production, and economics is dealing with production. It says how it deals with production. It says how the resources we will allocate. Okay, we will allocate to the production, and how much quantity we will produce for the whole economy, for the whole members of our country, for the whole members of the world itself. So it is basically the subject which is related to production. It is a study of money, interest rate, capital, and wealth. Production is a part. Okay, production is a part. First definition which comes, production, it is basically dealing with the subject production. It's a part, but wholeness is, it is the study of money, interest rates, capital, and wealth. Capital means the capital needed for the production. Production is a part, I said. That it is dealing with production is fine, but production is the part. It is basically the study of money, interest rates, capital and wealth. Capital means the other part, one part of production. Wealth means the wealth of the society, of the economy, of all the people, wealth of all the people. Fine? So it is basically another definition of economics. It is the study of money, interest rate, capital and wealth. Economics is the science of choice. That is how to use scarce resources to produce various commodities. There comes the another point. It's the study of choice. Choice means how to use scarce resources. Our resources is scarce in this world. Okay. Apart from natural resources, that is, you may say air, sunlight, all these are natural resources. Other resources, basically other resources are non-renewable resources. The resources which is renewable and which is whose supply is indefinite or infinite. Basically, those resources are natural resources. And other resources, say coal, petroleum, any other resources, which are non-renewable resources and cannot not infinite. They are limitation. They are having limitation or they are finite. Okay, so it is the choice that how we will allocate these resources, how we will allocate these resources in case of production, so that we can maximize the production and we can distribute it in each and every person of our country, or you may say for the whole world. Okay. So, it is the science of choice, that is how to use scarce resources to produce various commodities and distribute these goods to various members of the society. Okay, so resources are scarce and we will have to find the proper production of resources by using these resources at a minimum quantity and getting our output in a maximum quantity. So this is the choice, how we will allocate these resources. This is a challenge to the society, that how we will allocate these resources, okay, and so that we can use the minimum of resources for the production of maximum production, and we can distribute it to the, you may say, to the other persons of the society. Fine. So, relation of this definition. Now, we are getting 3 definitions. So, we will relate this definition. With this definition, there is some basic economic problems. This comes the basic economic problems. First, what to produce. The basic economic, in relation to these 3 basically definitions, we are basically going to face that particular challenge. For this challenge, the study of economics has come first 2 centuries ago. Fine. So, relation of this definition, what is the relation of this definition? With this definition, there is some basic economics problem. This basic problem, to deal with this basic problem, basically we are going through economics. Okay, this is a study of activities involved in production. This is basically a study of choice. Okay, this is the main challenge of economics, you must say. Okay, so first is what to produce. First is what to produce, what we will produce. Second is how shall goods be produced. And third is for whom to produce. First challenge to us, to the mankind, is what to produce. What? Our needs are infinite. Our desires are infinite. Always, whenever we are going with the basic needs, that is food, shelter, garments, these are 3 basic needs, and after that, our desire is infinite. Our desire is infinite, our problems are infinite, our wants are infinite. So what is to be produced? This is the first challenge to the human society, that what is to be produced? Ki produce kora jete pare. What is to be produced? So which goods we will first visualize in the first row. Okay, there are lots of goods. Okay, first there are food items, second there are luxurious items. So what, in which channel we will first actually channelize our resources? This is the basic challenge of economics. So priority, here comes the priority. Which goods we will be prioritize? We will be going to prioritize it for the production of which goods? Which will be the goods? Fine. So this is the basic challenge of economics, that what to produce. Our priority for what? Second is, how shall goods be produced? How, in which way the goods to be produced? I just spoke to you that how to produce means that this is the basic things of economics, that we will put the minimum of resources so that our output will be maximum and we can distribute it in a proper manner. This is the first channel. How to produce? In which way? If we indulge, you may say, if we indulge technology in the whatever we are, what are the inputs we are going to produce, the maximum output. To get the maximum output, we should put some inputs over it. Okay, and with the introduction of technology, higher technology, we can get maximum output. So how this should be produced, how this goods should be produced, so that with the minimum, you may say, with the minimum attempt of of the inputs, we can maximize the output levels. This is the second challenge. So here comes the invention of technology. Fine. In the primitive, you may say, in the primitive whatever agricultural system, we were using bullock carts and those primitive methods of getting the agricultural commodities. Fine. So after that, with the invention of tractor and other, you may say, with the invention of dams, all like this, we are getting maximum agricultural commodities. So here is our second challenge, that how we will produce, so that with the implication of minimum of inputs, we are getting maximum of outputs. So how the process is the second challenge to the mankind. Fine. And these are the very basic questions of economics which we are going to deal with. And third is, for whom to produce. We are discussing from the very beginning some production, some methods, some methodologies, everything. But for whom to produce? Agricultural commodities we are producing, but for whom? For the mankind. Basically for the mankind. For the welfare of mankind. Fine. So these are the basic three problems of economics. You may say the challenge to the mankind is what to produce, for whom to produce, and how to produce. So we are moving to the next session. As resources are limited, if the resources were unlimited, there were no need of evolution of economics. So this is the challenge. Our resources are limited. Resources are limited. In agricultural field, how our resources are limited. Basically, the agricultural field is dominated by natural resource. Water is needed. Fertilizer is needed. Fertilizer we can also get from natural sources. Okay. So water is a natural source. Seed. Improvisation of seed. Improvisation of seeds, improvisation of machineries, improvisation of everything are giving us minimum of resource, minimum of whatever you may say, minimum of inputs, and we are getting maximum of outputs. So these challenges, why we face this challenge? Because our resources are always limited. With this limited resources, if you are not understanding any sort of things, just write me in the comment box. I will try to reply all of your questions. Okay, with this minimum of resources, with this barrier in case of resources, we are facing these three problems. All the problems comes to the mankind: that prioritization, how to produce, the process of production, for whom to produce, which community to give the first importance. That is also another prioritization. All these things are coming just because of resources are limited. Fine. Resource. What is resource? Gift of nature. That is land, forest, you may say minerals, is the natural resources. Human, mental and physical we called labor. These are also resources. Human, mental and physical. This is also resource. We call this labor. I am teaching you economics. This is my labor to all the nation. Fine. This is also a resource. I am sharing my knowledge with all other communities so that I gain this knowledge. This is a resource to me, and I am distributing this resource to the community. So this is also resource. Man-made. So this resource is called the labor. Without labor, no production has been done yet. In factory, you may say, you can see labor working and preparing goods for us. In any places, without labor and without capital, nothing is possible. Man-made aids to further production, such as tools, machineries, plants, which are called capital. Man-made aid. This capital is basically man-made. Fine. So we are dealing with the components of production. We have said that it is the subject which deals with production. And here we are going through the components of production. What are these? Labor and capital. Capital, to some extent, it's natural capital, natural resources which we use as capital in the production. And sometimes it is labor also which is required in the production process to channelize this capital into a proper place. So without labor and capital, no production can happen. This capital basically is the plant and equipments with which we deal. These resources are called factors of production. This labor and capital. And another one thing is there in case of any sort of business or any sort of manufacturing, any sort of anywhere. Okay, that is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is very, very, very important thing. Is the fourth factor. Who are the entrepreneurs? Who takes the risks? They are called the entrepreneurs. They are taking the risks and organizes factors of production and directs them towards the production. They are the entrepreneurs. Without entrepreneurs also we cannot have a production. Farmers, they are also entrepreneurs from themselves. Farmers are entrepreneurs from themselves. They are their own entrepreneurs. And the entrepreneurs who are driving the business, they are basically another entrepreneurs. Fine? The things which are produced by factors of production is called commodities. The things which we get with the factors of production, after improvisation of these factors of production, entrepreneurship, everything, after this improvisation of these three things in a production process, what we get, the output, is called the commodities. Commodities are of two types. What are the tangible commodities and intangible commodities? What are tangible commodities? Which we can get, which we can touch, which we can feel, is tangible commodities. Such as, what are they? Rice is a tangible commodity. We can feel, we can touch. Many of the girls are using cosmetics, tangible commodities. We can feel, we can touch. Intangible commodities basically are the service sectors. Service sectors. Intangible commodities are the service sectors. Say in salon, we are getting the service. We are going for, girls are going for facials, eyebrow plucking, hair cutting, everything. I also go. So we are getting the services from them. We cannot touch it. We can feel it. These are the services provided by the salons. These are intangible commodities. This is also a commodity. How they are commodity? How they are commodity? They are also having the factors of production. What are these? Say I am doing a haircut. Okay. So scissors are used for hair cutting. Some other clothes which we can wrap and sit for the cutting. This is also another commodity. Okay, this is also another thing. Fine. So when we are going to the salon for haircut, some production factors of productions are used. That is the scissors, the piece of paper which we wrap and sit for the. These are the factors of production of this haircut. Without this, without scissor, can we cut our hairs? No. So this is also the factors of production. And what is the product produced factor? My hair is short. My hair has become short from a long face. I can only see it, I can only feel it, I cannot touch it. So these are the services which is intangible, which is basically intangible. The act of making goods and services are called production. Act of making goods and services. In parlors also, where we are getting this haircut done, one person is doing this cutting. One person is doing this. One person. So she is the labor. She is the labor over there. And factors of production is scissor, the chair in which we are sitting, the piece of paper which we wrap in our body. Okay. So these are factors of production. And after using these factors of production with the entrepreneurship of the owner of the parlor, we are shortening our hair. We can feel it only. We can see it. We cannot touch it. The shorting. We were having long hairs. We can see that our hairs after a haircut has become short. We can feel it. We can see it. But can we, you may say, touch the shortness of hair? No. These are the services. So this is called production. The act of making goods and services. Act of making goods and services are called production. Act of using these goods and services are called consumption. Act of using these goods and services. act of using these goods and services are called the consumption. What is consumption? We are buying something. We are every day, each of us is going to the market. We are buying different commodities. You may say from food articles to fashionable articles to government articles. We can purchase anything whenever we are going to shop. Fine. So as we are going to the shop, we are getting all these things. This act of getting these goods are called consumption, and act of getting this service of the salon is called consumption. Fine. Any question, please write down in the comment box. If you are having any sort of question from this video, I'll try to answer you, and otherwise you can also contact me on my direct contact number. That will also I give you after the session. If you are having any sort of queries, basically the queries arise who are from management students. They are basically afraid of economics. But students, please don't get afraid, because it's a study of it's a magical study. Okay, it's basically a magical study. If you can understand the basic things, this is not at all very tough fight for you. Fine. And management students are very much weak in economics, so I have started my session for the honor students also, the students who are dealing in past subjects as economics, and basically the students who are from management section. I have actually started this video because I see basically all the students from management segment are very they are afraid of this subject. Okay, and if you are having any sort of queries regarding this video, please let me know. I will try to answer all the questions written by you. And I'm having also my Gmail address. I will give you this address. You can also contact me over there. If you need any notes or like this, I can provide you. Fine. Acts of using these goods and services are called consumption. Insatiable want. This is another very basic economic problem. Insatiable want. The wants that cannot be satisfied by goods and services may be regarded as insatiable want. This insatiable want cannot be satisfied by goods and services. Our demand is infinite. Our demand is infinite. And none is having a finite demand. Finite satisfaction. Once I am getting a car, say Tata, car from Tata industry. We are dreaming for a private jet. This is our want. Okay, whenever we are having basic needs today, crores of Indian people do not have their foods at every time. Okay, so they are basically poor people. They are dreaming of getting foods. Okay, some are dreaming to getting their own, you may say, shelter. Some are getting the dream of lots of clothes, lots of jewelries, all these things. So our demand is infinite, and this cannot be satisfied. Never. And insatiable want is the want which cannot be satisfied with the goods and services. Those are called insatiable want. Wants are combined. Wants are unlimited, but resources are limited. I'm from first session of this video, I'm saying that this is the basic challenge for which this subject has come to the point. Our wants are infinite in number, but our resources are finite. So with this finite resource, how the society will be able to face the challenge of this infinite wants? is the basic of economics. Basic things of economics, basic challenge of economics. And from these things that our resources are limited and wants are unlimited. And from this particular point of view, we have basic economic problems. What commodities are being produced in what quantities deals with the theory of price. What commodities? I told you that prioritizing the commodities. Okay, this is the basic things of economics. On which commodity I will first prioritize myself, my production. This is the basic one thing which we are dealing with. Fine. So prioritizing these things comes the first, and then their allocation. In which quantity we will produce so that we can distribute it to each and every people of the society. This is basically the theory of price. How it comes? Whenever, say, we are having for the demand of, you may say, onion. This is a very new topic and very important topic of nowadays. Because onion price has gone higher. So why this happens? This is basically happening just because our demand is high, and for some reason onion's production is not that particular point or not to that particular level in which it can serve the society's need. Its demand has gone high, and so its price is high. The people who can afford onion only. Just because everybody is in a need of onion, because we prepare some whatever you may say, some veggies in our kitchen. We prepare some of the veggies which is required onions. Onion is must over there. Okay, so we need, all of us is in need of onion. Fine. So as all of us in need of onion, some quantities may vary. Say you are in need of onion for per day 200 grams, and somebody other is required the need of onion for 300 grams. This may happen, that fluctuation of quantity may happen, but all of us require onion in our home. For what? For preparing some veggies in our kitchen. Fine. But onions supply has come to a limited level for some reason. We will discuss it later whenever we will go deeper into this subject. So what has happened? The price has gone hike. Price has got a hike. Why? Demand is short. Demand is high, but supply is short. So the price has hiked. So not only this, what commodities are to be produced. This is not the basic economic problem. In what quantities they should be produced, that is also another very big challenge to the economy. Resource limited, wants are not limited. So this quantity, for which quantity, for how much, in which quantity we will produce, so that all the people of the society can have this onion. Fine. So this is the theory of price. And second, we are coming, by what method are these commodities produced? Second point is that. Second important point, by what method this commodity is produced? That is the theory of production. That is, with the invention of technology, you may say, we can increase the production of any commodity. This is the change in methods of production of the commodities. This is a methodical change. Second question is that I told you that our aim is we will imply lower input and we will get maximum output with this implication. So here comes the role of technology. Here comes the role of technology. By inventing a higher technology, we can have a higher level of outputs, that is production, with the lower level of implying the inputs. So the method of production goes to the basic chapter which we will deal later on, theory of production. Third is how goods and services are divided among members to the society. That is another challenge. I told just 5-10 minutes ago. And this is called the theory of distribution. That everyone's need will have to be satisfied, at least to some extent. So, whenever we are producing something, the society requires, you may say, 100 units of that particular commodity, of a particular commodity, say X. Society is requiring 100 units of X, but we are preparing 10 units of X. Will the society be happy? Will all the people be happy? No. Only 10 people will be happy. The 10 people is having 10 units. If it is distributed with 1 units to everybody, then only 10 people will be happy with the 10 units. So another 90%, another 90 people will not be happy because they are not getting the things right. So we will have to produce 100 and we will have to distribute it properly. If there is not distribution problem, what happens? This hoarding, black marketing, all this comes to the distribution. Say 100 units, we are producing 100 units. 100 units is required for the society and we are producing also 100 units. But what happens if it is not getting distributed properly to the society? Each and everybody is having the requirement of 1 unit of this commodity, say commodity X. So 100 unit is producing, we are producing also 100 unit, requirement is also 100 unit. Fine, there is no price hike, no price low, nothing else. But 2 to 3% of people, say 20 to 30% people are buying this commodity X, not 1 unit, they are buying 2-3 units by giving higher prices. So others will be deprived because each are having 1 unit demand, but they are hoarding this. They are hoarding this for future. Here comes the black marketing, hoarding, etc. in case of theory of distribution. So how this production of all the resources of the society or production of all the commodities of the society is distributed is another challenge to the mankind. If the distribution is not proper, here comes the role of government. If the distribution is not proper, then nothing will happen. So here we will deal with the theory of distribution later on. How efficient is society's production and distribution? This is the welfare economics. Efficient production is required. Efficient distribution is also required. Otherwise, nobody will get the welfare. And the society which are actually having production properly with the implementation of this production, that is labor, capital, entrepreneurship, in a proper manner, and they are producing and giving services to other people of the society, and the distribution is also well Not there is no black marketing, there is no hoarding. That society is getting better welfare. So these are the welfare. This will go to the welfare economics. We will coming to this part later on. We are dealing with the basic microeconomic problems today only. Then I'm always ready to give all the videos regarding micro, macro, everything. So people who are watching my videos, please write down in the comment box if you are requiring any sort of videos with production, distribution, welfare economics, and any other things of economics. Okay, I will do that video first with the votes, with the basically dealing with the votes. The videos who will get the basic votes, much more votes, I'll prepare that video earlier. Okay, otherwise I will go as per the syllabus. Okay, how efficient, this is welfare economics. Are the resources fully utilized? Whatever resources we are implementing, are the resources fully utilized? Yes or no? This is the trade cycle. Growth of productivity or the capacity of economy. How the economy is getting benefited? The economy which is having higher production with the maximum utilization of these resources, with the minimum utilization of input, getting the maximum output with technological invention, getting maximum output. Its distribution is absolutely well. It is getting the 5-star in case of welfare distribution. But growth or productivity of the capacity of economy, this is the outcome. This is the outcome, growth and productivity. We are doing our best, but we should get the outcome also. This is the outcome, last outcome, that is growth and productivity. Is the economic growth happening to which we are actually aiming? Our welfare is fine. Whenever welfare is fine, obviously there will be growth. There will be a cyclic change. There will be a productivity or capacity of economy will rise. Automatically it will rise. It's a chain process. Later also we will discuss with this. Okay. Now we will understand production possibility curve. We have dealt each and every aspects of production, why we are producing, what we are producing, in which quantity we are producing, everything we have cleared here as far as I am concerned about. So right now we will be seeing the production possibility curve. What is production possibility curve? Production possibility curve represents the alternative combination of different commodities which can be produced by the economy. You can also write it down. What is the definition of production possibility curve? Production possibility curve represents alternative combinations of different commodities which can be produced by the economy. Alternative combination. We will see this through you may say, a diagram. Okay. We will see this with a diagram over here. So basically we will see this with a diagram, and I'm just completing my video over here because after this I will show you the diagram. Fine, I will show you the diagram and then I will be explaining. Fine. So just now I am pausing this video here and I am coming to the next part.